Hey, lovers. Welcome to this special training live broadcast where I want to share with you some of the three keys to healing and clearing your energy leaks, your disappointments, breaking through your visibility blocks. Don't know if I really share enough with people some of the rad shit I get to see on the inside of my programs working with amazing, willing, courageous women. So yesterday in our live Q&A, I had a woman reach up and say, you know what, Vanessa, I'm super tech savvy. I've done all the tech stuff for this business and your program's wonderful, but I'm really struggling with this healing your energy leaks part. Have a portion of the program that I think is really a game changer. I think it's not discussed often enough. The impact of our emotions, how they affect our relationships and our business. Hey, guess what? Business is all about relationships. Yeah, you're with your clients, with your team members. And she said, I'm really having a hard time with this, healing your disappointments, clearing your energy leaks part of the program. She started crying. And, I shared with her that, you're not alone, man. Most human beings, we're creatures of habit. And going through and facing those emotions is really hard. It's really challenging. I talk a lot about, changing identities, and your business is going to bring up some massive triggers for you. Massive triggers. You know what I'm talking about. If you're an online expert and you've taken programs, or you go on Monday morning to post a video and you freeze, or you sit there and you compare yourself to other people all the time and you just scroll through shit, or you buy stuff and you don't finish it. And that really has to do with healing your trauma. We've all been wounded in one way or another. You've probably heard this in several programs. I know I certainly have, and I'm still learning about my own worthiness blocks. We all have this I'm not good enough block. Mine was I'm not important. Anything that triggered that just set off a whole cacophony of emotions. And the key is really to dive right into that. And how hard is it for people to be vulnerable? It's sometimes very, very difficult. I know it's really hard for me. I'm super passionate about helping women with their worthiness and deservingness blocks. I grew up, I'll be super vulnerable with you guys here. And welcome if you're tuning in live. Drop a comment so I can say hello and good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in live. Thank you guys for all your comments and your amazing sharing this content. Super appreciated. I grew up in a household with a hoarder. My mom was a hoarder, full blown. Dad was an alcoholic, genius, brilliant artist, total dysfunctional family. Spent my life cleaning, spent my fucking life cleaning. Wrote a first book about from bankrupt to $900 a day selling mops. Okay, turned my lemons into lemonade. But I think we all get these habits of thinking, doing, and being, of the habit of, what's safe for us. How much money is it safe for us to make? How much love can we have? How visible can we be? How much can we ask for? Can I even get what I want? We get these habits that they're taught, they're ingrained, in our childhood. And the question I really want to know is, are you ready to deal with them? Because I don't care about business building. Is not about the funnels and the fucking ads and the this and the, it's not about that. That shit is so easy to do. What is difficult to do is deal with your own fucking emotions and sort them out and really heal. This is quite a journey. It's a journey that has fascinated me. I was a massage therapist in my 20s. I took Chinese medicine in school for 2 years. I studied with an acupuncturist, studied the emotions in the physical body, how our emotions affect our organs, the function. I studied law of attraction. I've been on this journey a long fucking time. I'm 41 years old. And, in the last 2 years, really worked on vulnerable communication and how powerful that is in not just business, but in all of our relationships. And, one of the things I also see, I also hear from a lot of my clients is, Vanessa, I would love to be like you. I'd love to just come out there and say shit and swear and speak my truth and not give a flying fuck. I'm not sitting here with like a script. I have this awesome, beautiful, amazing fucking drive. It's like 5 minutes through the mountains to this cute little office in Northern California. Works for me. I fucking love it. And I had this idea and I thought, yeah, that's what I'm going to do for my live today. I'm just going to straight shoot talk, share with you guys the journey of healing, the journey of vulnerability, the journey of healing your visibility blocks, the worthiness, the deservingness blocks. For a lot of women on the inside of our program, sometimes just showing up and asking a fucking question on live Q&A is a big deal. And what I find is so amazing, what I find so fucking amazing, fascinating, is we talk about the big elephant in the room. Hey, you know what? You want to ask a question? Rad. Q&A is open. And let's start by you sharing what you're really afraid of. Let's get that out of the way. And the community of people that see you and hear you, and one person over here shares a story and the other person over here is like, oh my God, that's my problem too. I didn't even know I had it. And oh my God, we're normal. We all have this. Wow. It's like relief. I'm not crazy. This is part of the journey. And healing happens. And then the most amazing thing is that all that Facebook ads and the funnels and the sales and the getting all the clarity, it all comes because your nervous system is not, you're not living in your head and the story and the story and the story and the story and the fear of this and that and the doubt and oh my God, what happens if this happens? What happens that? No, it's gone. It's quiet. Then you can tune into intuition to get source guidance. So fucking rad, man. So rad. Also had another client yesterday share with me, Vanessa, I quit my job. I got burned out from corporate 2 years ago. I've been fucking around and floundering around. I love this community. I love this group. I love this program that you created. I love the space to have real conversations. And I need to get this right. I need for this to work. And I get it, man. Fucking balls to the wall, man. Pressure is on. She said, because if I don't get this, if I go back to corporate, if I have to, this could be the death of me. And I think we're really creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit. And oftentimes, source removes things, universe removes things from your path because it's time to fucking take flight, man. It's time to spread your wings and fly. It's still fucking scary as hell. I'm not going to sit here and be one of these like, oh, let me blow fucking smoke and potpourri up your ass fucking gurus. Ain't going to be me. You're not going to hear that shit from me. Nah, change is hard, man. It's hard for me. And I'm a woman's empowerment leader. Fucking hard for me. Worth it though. So worth it. All right. So there's my rant for you guys today. Hope it's inspiring. What's up? Good morning, Teresa, Boyi, Nat. Good morning. I'm going to post all these awesome, wonderful freaking people that are tuning in here. Good morning, Nat from Queensland. Teresa's in California. Where are you in California? Northern, Southern California. Thank you. Love these lashes, guys. I glue these on every morning because I'm lazy as fuck, okay? I don't want to put on makeup. I don't like the way makeup feels on my face. I notice all my wrinkles here. The Botox is not happening because I'm trying to get pregnant. I'll do Botox when you're trying to get pregnant. So shit, man, that's like one thing I can do. Bang. It's kind of like my coaching. What's one thing you can do in your business that's going to move the needle forward really fast, really big, in a powerful way every day? It's a video. That's really what it is. I think everyone can do a video a day. And you know what's so rad about teaching entrepreneurs online video is that it brings up all your visibility blocks. Welcome to the party. Woohoo! We get to heal. Yeah, it's fucking hard, but it's so worth it. And all you really need is a willingness to go there. You need a mentor. You need someone that can call out your ego and its bullshit. kind of hard to see your shadow, your dark places, really hard. And you also need a community. You need a tribe of people. You need a safe space to be seen and heard and knock out all those stories. All right, what's up? Melissa is in the house. We have such a similar story. Love your truth, inspiring my journey as a coach, being authentic, my message. Absolutely. I have a lot of people that say, oh my God, you swear too much. I'm like, well, then it's a free world. Just check out, if you don't like it. And most of the time my challenge for people who don't like people who swear is, well, where do you censor yourself for the approval of other people? Most of the time when I, talk with women, here's another thing I wanted to mention. What's up, Sue? I think this is really fucking sad. And I don't know how I'm going to be addressing this in another way. Maybe a relationship course is something I've chewed on with a good friend and colleague of mine, my husband as well. But we have people that, and I feel really bad. This is sad. Okay. But it just goes to show how hard it is for a lot of women to be vulnerable, to ask for what they want. We run a 7-figure company. We have a sales team. We have, women from all over the world every day that reach out to us that want to join our programs. We have salespeople that take those calls. And I get like a recap at the end of the day of, how did it go? What happened? Who showed up? Who landed? What did they say? Who made a sale? And I see so many people in this space of, wow, this woman, really wanted it, but her husband, she had to ask her husband, her husband said no. Oh, fuck. And I think to myself, that's a fucking doomed situation right there. And I mean, really fucking doomed. I feel bad for that woman. You know why? You're going to put your purpose on the side for a relationship that doesn't get how important it is for you? I don't think so. I don't think so, man. How long is it before that relationship crashes and burns because your needs aren't being addressed, met? I'll see this happen with so many women. So many women. And my heart really fucking goes out to them. I got to put my relationship first. That's great. But if you really want to do something with your life, if you really want to make a change, if going back to a corporate job is going to fucking kill you, your husband doesn't get that or support that or believe in you, what the fuck are you doing in that relationship? And let's take a step before that. It shows me the lack of communication ability, the lack of, so that's something, that's another place where being vulnerable, comes into play. It's really big. It's huge. That was a heavy freaking live Q&A live today here. I'm going to have a sip of my orange juice and go through all these rad comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. What's up, Sierra? Good morning. Good afternoon. Jenna says, yeah, I'm afraid to be judged. Thanks for sharing. Hey, guess what? This is another biggie that a lot of women go through. I'm going to put myself out there on a video, and my family, my friends are going to think I'm crazy. I'm nuts. Who are you? I call this a Tony Robbins syndrome. I'm not Tony Robbins. You feel like a fraud. How am I supposed to be an expert? I'm not perfect yet, so I can't put myself out there. Your ego is afraid of being judged because being judged actually means you get kicked out of the tribe and you die. When you're a kid, you need your parents' approval. You need your tribe's approval because you're a kid and you need to be fed and loved and you can't care for yourself. So you really do need other people's approval. And we learn these strategies of, getting love, getting what we need to survive. The thing is that those programs and beliefs and stories, they haven't changed in 30, 40 years. Not your fault. No one teaches you this shit in school. I don't know what the fuck they're teaching people in school, but it's not important, real shit. It's bullshit, in my opinion. They don't teach you anything in school. Well, imagine if they taught you emotional mastery, healing, communication in grade 8 or grade 9. Fuck, we have a different world. They don't teach you this stuff. So, judgment to the ego is also death. That's how you know. You guys should check out, there's a video, if you want to know more about this, there's a video series. Check out my YouTube channel. What's it called? Change your beliefs, heal your beliefs in minutes instead of years. I'll walk you guys through a really powerful process. It's in module 4 of our programs, but asking your subconscious a few questions so it spits out the real story, the real block. And then how do you reprogram yourself? How do you reprogram your beliefs to show up in a different way? In between there and there, there's also the processing. Right now, I think a lot of people are going through massive change, yours included. I think this pen scamdemic has really given people a pause. And one of my clients said that yesterday as well. It's very true. And a time to reflect and feel all the feelings. And everyone's not so busy anymore. Don't have a job, you're not so busy anymore. You know what I mean? And how do you deal with healing the past? How do you let go of those disappointments? The energy of disappointments, really low on that vibrational scale. All the shame. How do you move through that, you know? Shame lives in the secrets. How do you share your truth with love and heal your past? I'm super freaking passionate about this stuff. I love the conversations. I love that I get to have this fucking rad space to have real conversations with women every single fucking week in my business. It is incredible. I hope each and every one of you guys find that. You know, you're welcome to check out our programs. There's a website here on the screen. You can read all about our flagship program, but I hope you find a community of like-minded people that you feel safe to be seen and heard, to ask your questions, get the answers, and get on that healing journey. Because the truth is, when you're not running around triggered or emotionally bleeding all day long, you've got a lot more creative power, productivity, energy to get shit done with. And until you do that, I don't care what funnel course you buy, ain't gonna work. It's just not. So it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't, because you have to go through the emotion of it. And it's hard. It's uncomfortable, you know. It's so easy to just, watch TV or have a drink or have a smoke or whatever, numb out instead of going through it, you know. And we think, oh my God, if I open that door, it'll never be the end of it. I don't know if I can take it. People have been under so much stress. How are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling right now? How are you doing with this whole pandemic? Teresa is in Central California. What's up? Nikki McMillan's in the house, transformed her business with the power of video. I see her videos all the time. One of our graduates. Congrats. What's up? Yvonne is here too. One of our graduates as well. What's up, Yvonne? Great to see you. So rad. Started moving her business online, teaching fitness courses and health wellness courses. So rad to see you here, Yvonne. Welcome. So rad to see people. So rad to be able to do these videos in like real time, you know, connect with people. It's amazing. Oh my God, there's a lot of messages here. I need to quit planning and researching and just take the first step. You inspiring. I'm glad. That's right. You know, I talk about this idea that confidence comes from the doing. It comes from the doing. And again, it's where we are human beings and we want to avoid the pain of failure. And what if we redefine failure as a lesson and success as a lesson applied? It's still scary. And, you know, you can sit on the sidelines and read books about playing soccer, or you can get in the game and risk skinning your knees and learning how to, you know, kick the ball into the goalie net. You're going to learn a lot more by being in the game. And, you know, I talk a lot about resistance. My second book, you know, this one started a movement, man. The story I never wanted to share about healing my own, you know, pain from surviving a relationship with a narcissist. What I tolerated, what I put up with. I decided back then that I was going to spend the next year and just heal all these parts of my life and just focus on that. And I didn't want to share that story. I was like, I'll just stick with my safe, comfortable mop sales book and spirituality. It's just like comfortable and safe. And I don't talk about narcissists and emotional abuse and like healing. And it's just too much. That fucking book became a bestseller. Launched a freaking worldwide movement company. Unbelievable. Sharing your story. Imagine what it would be like. Imagine what it would be like to just get out there and share those stories that are so inspiring, that are so empowering with people, the truth, and actually help people change their lives and make money at it. I mean, it's fucking rad. It's totally rad. Imagine you could do that. Imagine you weren't afraid. Imagine what that would do for your life. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about when you dig into this healing work, healing your visibility blocks. Yeah, we sell like, our 10K and 30-day program. Yeah, we sell money. We sell you what you want, but we give you what you need, which is the processes and the tools to, why are those visibility blocks showing up? Well, what is the resistance about? How do you identify resistance? I get that question a lot. What's the difference between resistance and intuition? How do you know the difference? It's really important. You need to learn about that. How the ego takes you out of the game. That's not safe. Watch out. Always trying to protect you with fear. And yes, take that first step. Absolutely. Teresa says, I was born my own person. Boom. Emotional mastery. Yeah, they should teach it in school. I want to say, and help so much, the thought of being out there sends my anxiety into overdrive. Exactly. That's what we got to deal with. Why is that trigger happening? What is that really about? What part of your past is just dying, freaking out, going into overdrive, saying alert, 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 for you to go and can you give yourself, that part of yourself, some kindness, love, grace, and tenderness, and close that loop, that emotional bleeding. It's just parts of yourself that are reaching up saying, pay attention to me. Hey, this could be dangerous, right? We're meaning-making machines. Something happens in the past, we make it mean something, boom, there's a block. Until we go back and take a look at it and make some new decisions around it. That's it. You're not going to have to spend the rest of your life like that. That's the great news. That's the great fucking news. And it's still scary. So, Jen, I hope you reach out if you want my help. Please send me like a Facebook message. I don't know if you guys are on YouTube, or I don't know where you guys are at, Periscope. I don't know if this is going out to Instagram, but just send me a private message and, let me know how I might be able to help you. And either myself or my team will get back in touch with you. No sense in, struggling with this for the next 6 months or the next 9 months or the next year. No sense in that. Denise, well said. Schools are not about teaching you things you need in life, only what society needs you to know and fit into a fucking box. Mic drop. Yep. I was really lucky. My father was an artist, so I grew up with like a dad who believed in like UFOs and did Silva mind control and was like, fuck the government. Do your own thing. Beauty is the most important thing in the world. Connecting in nature. And he had some real worthiness blocks around his work. I mean, it was beautiful, gorgeous. I actually got started in sales by, I think, being in like my early 20s and selling his art, his high-end art, and I'd tell him like, put on a nice shirt. And I'm going to take you over. We're going to drive down to New York. We're going to see the freaking collectors. And you're just going to sit there and shut up and let me do the talking. Okay. And he'd sit there and vibrate in the corner and, I'd sell $20,000, $30,000 worth of his artwork. So see, it's hard sometimes to see your own worth, how other people see you. But I'm really grateful that I grew up with an outside perspective. I know most people don't. And really grateful for that. But yeah, I'm with you, Denise. Schools are not about teaching you things you need in life, only about what society needs you to know to fit into a box. Go to school, get a job, get a safe old job, your 401k. You know what? My invitation for everybody is to bet on yourself. I used to go to the freaking depanneur. It's like a 7-Eleven here. And this guy that owns the depanneur always said, "You want a lottery ticket?" And I said, "No, I bet on myself. I am the lottery ticket." And he'd, click, 2 seconds. What? I don't fucking give you 10, 20 bucks. I'm gonna fucking invest in myself. You are the lottery ticket. You just need to learn how to operate the mechanism, unhook from all the bullshit and the lies and the stories and the old freaking, the past and the traumas and the triggers. And, it really takes willingness. It takes self-awareness. It takes the ability to vulnerably communicate. It takes guidance, a mentor, somebody to show you your own blind spots. And hopefully you have a community, a safe space to do it in, because most people just are so afraid to ask for help or admit that they need help. So fucking crazy. Oh my God. So I love running these masterminds, because women are like, oh my God, it's safe. I can ask for help. No one's going to judge me. No one's going to criticize me. That's one of my rules, man. You're not allowed to compare yourself here. You're not allowed to compete with other women either. It's so hard to ask for help. If you can start isolating yourself and feeling all kinds of shame because, oh my God, everyone's so perfect on social media. Those are the fucking highlight reels. You compare yourself to everybody's fucking highlight reel on social media. Don't do it. Love this question. Boy, he says, what do you think about blocking out in-laws who have poverty mindset? My husband doesn't mind if I need space from them. Then do it. But just minimize your time with them. A friend of mine recently once said a really great quote. He said, a rising tide raises all ships. So when you change, it's kind of like a tug of war, I look at, sometimes relationships are like that, a tug of war or an energetic tug of war. And when you disengage and you don't need them to be something else, you can accept them for what they are and understand that they're actually just behaving from their own triggers and their own beliefs. And I can have compassion for you. I can set a clear boundary with you. And I can say, with toxic relationships, some people, they need to control. They need an answer. They need you to do something. They need you to do it now. They need you to, no, I'll get back to you is what I usually say to them. Or you might be right. That also says you might be fucking wrong. But that's it. Moving on. And you're absolutely allowed to set boundaries with people that you don't want to, that drag your energy, that, expect something from you. And they're your in-laws. Great. Let your husband deal with them. They're his parents. You know what? I'm going to a yoga class. Great to see you. Bye. Peace the fuck out. Why do you think people get so stressed out over the holidays? Oh my God. Dealing with family. Come on. I got my own stories about families. I think I've shared plenty of those recently. Freaking scamdemic, so annoying. With you. I've been learning mode for the past 6 months. I'm now ready to get out there. Kaboom. Congrats. Best thing I've heard all day. It's the best affirmation you can say. I'm ready. There was a lot of things I need to do to follow through and not put it off. Yeah, the procrastination is also the resistance coming up. It's another form of resistance. Procrastination. Oh, squirrel. I need to do laundry instead of risking making an offer and people, shaming me on social media, or people bad mouthing me, or people hating me, or people judging me on social media. I'm going to do the laundry. Squirrel, I'm going to make a food. I'm going to do everything but take the risk of being rejected, which is another protection mechanism from the ego. Yeah. Putting things off, procrastinating, being afraid of I've been afraid of, cleaning up. And you know what? You know how much shit I have created in the last 11 years as an online marketer? Do you have any fucking idea what my ClickFunnels and my lead pages account looks like? Fucking URLs I have? Oh, boom. I'm in the same boat, Teresa. Clean up my shit. And I sat there for months dreading it. And oh, well, fuck, here we go. It's going to be messy. It's going to happen. Same thing with emotions. You dive right into them and it's like, it's going to be messy. And the only way to the goal is through all of them. It's a great idea. Not put things off. How do you heal all the trauma? Well, there's a process. There's a few different processes that I like to use. I've got 3 main processes. I got way more than that. but I had 3 off the top of my head. When we cover these extensively in our mastermind programs. I think if you read the URL here on the video, 10K30program.com, probably module 1, module 4, the big mindset modules. But you start by really having a presence of when you get what is triggering you to either hide or spin out in story or get frozen in front of the camera or know what you have to do but don't do it. What's your fear? And there's a series of questions that I run people through to really get to that ego fear, that belief, that ego it's using some kind of a core belief in order to save you from the death of failure or pain or judgment. And that's one process, discovering like, all right, what's in my subconscious mind? What is that core belief? Because the law is whatever you believe you express, whatever your subconscious believes, accepts, it expresses. So if you go backward from that, well, let me find out what I'm believing. Most people aren't aware of it. And then let me completely turn it around with another affirmation and install that into the subconscious. 3 ways that happens. And then we are the product of the thoughts that we think all day long. That's what we are. That's it. The problem happens when people are running loops of what I call like emotional bleeding. You get triggered and you just can't get out of the story. You're going from one story to the next story to the next story, and your nervous system takes a fucking whack. You lose all your confidence. You have no more energy, and you're just replaying resentments all day long. You don't know how to stop it. I've also had experience with that. It leads to depression, sleepless nights, anxiety. Kind of hard to run a business when you're feeling like that. And let me be really clear. The entire human population on planet Earth is going through this because we've had fear weaponized against us during this pandemic. Fear weaponized against us. So there's never been a more important time to learn these healing skills. So that's one process. I've called the I'm a Conscious Creator process. Another process is really looking at I have a worksheet where you go through certain areas of your life and all the disappointments. Disappointment is a really low vibration energy. And when you clear that up, there's an energetic process that we do. Your vibration naturally rises. There's another process I have, the 3 keys to start, your Ferrari ignition. Most healers and entrepreneurs and coaches are like badass Lamborghinis and Ferraris. You are. Problem is, you're fucking stuck in the garage, and unless you have the key to turn on the engine, you ain't fucking going anywhere, and no one's enjoying the ride with you, and you're not helping anybody in your program if you can't even get out of the fucking garage. So there's 3 keys, 3 affirmations to turn on, actually open your mind to receiving new beliefs. To even get there, it's like taking yourself up to a certain vibration so that you can actually do that. There's another process I have about planning. That's how I manifested my husband. Made a lot of money with that as well. I've taught a lot of people. There's a lot of processes. So it just depends on, and then there's another process about going back and healing your inner child. That's some really powerful shit. Super easy too. Super easy. It just takes a willingness. So it really depends on where you're stuck and at what level. If this is like an emotional trauma, is this just a fear? Is this just an old belief? Is this just a story? What is this? How deep, how far back does this go? And the real key is, can you have some kindness, tenderness, and compassion and grace for yourself as you're going through this process? One of the things I hear a lot of, talked a lot about this yesterday on live Q&A, is the amount of fucking pressure people put themselves under. Oh my God, I thought that, I have 3 clients, it's going great, but I thought this would be faster, and I went out to get a job, and oh my God, I did a program before yours, and I'm in the process of finishing this stuff out before I can do this stuff, and I gave myself this due date, and oh my God, and the pressure of it, it's like, whoa, man. There's a lot of, that's a control thing right there. How are you, what are the defense mechanisms that you picked up in your childhood to survive your fucking childhood? Let's talk about that. needing to control things, or putting people first for their need of approval? Can you have some kindness, grace, tenderness, and compassion towards yourself as you heal that part of yourself? But to answer your question, it's kind of hard. It depends on where you're at. Depends on, what that really is. There's different tools I would use, just to say that. But great question. Check this woman out. Tejwani. What a fucking rad name. Hey, Ashley White. How do you outperform your ego? Well, the interesting thing about bringing something unconscious into consciousness is that it can't hide anymore. So if you address it, sorry, can't hide anymore. You can start recognizing it. Oh, this is me. Oh, this is my ego. Oh, this is me being triggered. Oh, this is my ego. Oh, this is that fear again. Okay. I'm going to go and do this now. So a lot of it is about awareness. After first 3 sales, I haven't made any sales, especially if I got banned for selling 2 days because one customer mailed my CO. How do I break the chain? You got banned. It sounds like you might have gotten your ad account banned. That sucks. That's hard. I've had that happen several times. I don't know. I don't really know exactly, but send me a private message and let's chat. I'd love to help you guys with whatever the block is, whether it's around sales or your ad account. There's certain things you can't say online. There's certain ways you just open up a new account. I tell you what, man, I've been watching, and this has to do with your comment. I've been watching this rad series it's on Disney Plus, I think. And it's called, 20 Below Zero or 5 Below Zero. And it is a show about people who live in fucking Alaska. And they're like self-sufficient, sustainability. And this one guy doesn't even, he's like a purist. He doesn't even have a freaking nothing electric, no drill, no nothing, like chops his own wood. Oh my fucking God. And some of these people are out hunting seals and fishing, and like they don't go to the grocery store. The closest grocery store is like 500 miles away. And the challenges that they face and the persistence, and they're like, oh, well, wasted a day over here. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. You win some, you lose some, and getting back at it. And then, wow, talk about fierce, but talk about life. Nature is what governs their, forces of nature govern their life, not society, not culture. Ugh. Oh, there's a lot to teach you about mindset, persistence, accountability. And one of these guys is, he's up there, everything that could go wrong goes wrong, loses his boat in the river, the thing shits the bed, this thing breaks, and he's there swearing away, and he just gets back up and does it. It's okay to have a freaking meltdown, and this sucks, and this is hard, and validate your feelings. And then when that's done, all right, what's the strategy here? And you don't have to do it all in one day. Give yourself some time to be like, dang, it's disappointing. Shit. And, when that emotion has run through you, okay, now I'm back to clear-headed, can connect to divine guidance, wisdom, got the clarity. Here we go. Happy to help you guys. Send me a private message, whatever platform you guys are on. Myself or my team will get back to you. Fear is something crazy, says Leia. I force myself into vulnerability because that's where the magic happens. Yeah, it's still scary as fuck. It is. How many of you guys, when you were younger, were punished for being vulnerable or made fun of? Or it was used against you? That was. I think that's the case for a lot of people who show up very strong. And there's something weird out there that I've realized, that strong people are expected to just have it all together. They can handle it. Well, strong people have freaking emotional issues too. They struggle too, and I think they feel more impossible to reach out for help or show their vulnerability. I see a lot of women in my programs like that, probably because I struggle with that a lot myself. It's because you're strong and you built, certain strap your tits on mode and as a way to just barrel through it or control things. Doesn't mean that things don't hurt, you know? I just think people expect you more to have it all, your shit all together and all figured out. So good for you, Leah. It is scary as fuck. And that is where the magic happens. Ashley says, is there a replay? Yeah, of course. This is going to be live. Again, thank you so much, guys, for sharing these, for offering your comments, for participating. It's just rad to see, again, people showing up and sharing and asking questions. How can I set boundaries in my coaching business if I am a people pleaser and tend to soften the blow? Yep, even when describing that I have to raise my super low prices. This is it. This is right here. It's a great question. Thank you for asking it. You see that worthiness and that deservingness stuff, it's going to leak out everywhere. It's not just in your business, it's in all your relationships right across the board. And, you know, we can help you with that. Love doing that work with you. If you want to send me a private message, absolutely let you know if one of our programs would benefit you. I'm actually going to start launching some smaller digital products for people to get started with here in the next couple of weeks, which I'm really stoked about. But right now, everything lives in our mastermind programs. And I always kept it that way because I feel like you can watch a video, but it doesn't really address your specific thing. That's why you have like real conversations with real people on the inside of our programs that like can call you out on that or invite you to take a look at something a different way or say, hey, watch that. That's, is this true? You know, ask those important questions and get to the truth with you. But eventually, there's another process that we teach in our program. It's called how to own your value to charge what you're worth. It's a really cool process to look at how your services are really, really transformational and help you own that, own the value of that. And when you own the value of that, you're able to sell that to other people. And that also requires you to invest in yourself at a certain level. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to sell somebody on a couple $1,000 coaching program if you're not willing to invest that much in yourself. That's the truth. So there's a conversation there. I you know, there's a lot of different ways to set boundaries, but you know, setting the boundary or just raising your prices without actually owning your value and doing that work and healing that is just, you won't be able to sell that without confidence. Do you know what I mean? So I always talk about confidence and cash flow, like the two go together. The first has to happen. You have to own the value of your services. I think that's in module 1 of our course. But it's a great freaking question. I'd love to help you with that. Yeah. And the people pleasing it's, you know, a lot of people, men and women, not just women, a lot of people struggle with that. You know, it's a way that you learn to get, you know, the approval and the love that you needed to survive. And now it's an opportunity for you to remake that decision. You can do it. It's going to be a fucking game changer. Rad. Game changer for you. I had a client so many years ago. I always remember her. I don't remember her name, but I remember the story. And she'd been, you know, I think a speaker for several years. And her husband, it was one of these husbands that was like, didn't believe in his wife, you know, like, oh, she has this expensive hobby. My wife, blah, 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 does blood, you know what I mean? And she took my program. And she's like, I just want to fucking stick it to my husband and take him and my family on a fucking Italy vacation and prove him wrong. And she did. It was really rad. So, you know, what's possible on the other side is amazing. And it will touch also every relationship in your life. Oh, Leah says, yes, so good. Ashley says, reprogramming the old beliefs is it only new statements over and over again? Well, no, because it depends on really, you know, what is the wound? Is this a trigger? Is this emotional bleeding? Is this a trauma from the past? Is this a healing your inner child from an old trauma? Or is this just an old story, an old belief? First of all, let's get clear on what that is. The subconscious is reprogrammed by three things: visualization, repetition, and feeling. So the whole point of using affirmations is to move you into a new state of feeling. And it's not just saying things over and over again. There's visualization. But you'll know, when I do this work with women, I'll ask them the subconscious is just like, right? It's like a freaking box. You just ask it a few questions, right? And you're in. It's like amazing. It's right under the surface. It's right there. This is so rad. You don't need to spend 15 years on the fucking psychologist couch. Nope, actually. Just gotta be willing, to be honest. It's radical honesty with yourself, radical responsibility to change those beliefs, and have enough radical self-love to do it as a daily practice. If you don't have a shower every day, you start to smell after like 48 hours. It's the same thing with this work. You need new habits that lead to new results. And I became obsessed with this shit like, 5-6 years ago, 2014, 15. I invested so much money into personal development work and really looking at my own responsibility in what I had created in my life. And okay, things are going to change. It means I'm going to have to change. What is this? What is this really all about? And the willingness has to be there. Being radically honest with yourself. And then we got to just figure out, is it like an old wound from like childhood stuff coming up? Or is this just an old story, an old belief? Like how much is that part of yourself, screaming out for you to do something? Problem is, most people don't know what to do about it. And it causes a lot of toxic relationships, causes violence, causes, people to get burnt right the fuck out. And they have no more energy to, they're exhausted. Their nervous systems are just whacked and tapped. No more creative energy for nothing. When things don't work in your relationships, they don't work anywhere. None of your life works. And the rad thing is, when you heal that part of yourself, bang, woohoo! It's like, fuck, breakthrough, man. You got energy, you have ideas, you get guidance, you get clarity, doors open. It's like, fuck, finally popped through. Holy smokes, hallelujah. Fuck. Wouldn't that be a great feeling? So we have all the processes, meditations, questions, PDFs, and I really do believe that this is work to be done in a community of people, so you're not alone, so that you don't run any more pressure or beat yourself up or shame because you're not getting it, and have a safe space to be seen and heard, ask your questions, and to practice vulnerability in a safe space. And get guidance and support, and make some friends with people that are fucking badass, courageous rock stars like yourself. Your friends, your family, your neighbors, they don't fucking get it. As a matter of fact, most people try to tell you why it's not a good reason to invest in yourself and why it's a crazy scam. And oh my God. And meanwhile, they're there on fucking Prozac and whatever other fucking drug they're on because they hate their fucking life, and they're trying to tell you, Man, what did I have for breakfast today? I don't know. Actually, I do know what I had for breakfast because I made my own breakfast with my own eggs from my own chickens in the backyard. I made a bagel with eggs. We have this one chicken that keeps laying like double yolk eggs. It's really cool. I think I posted some stories on social media about it. And then cheese, some cheddar cheese, egg, bacon, spinach on an everything bagel. Oh my God, it was delicious. That's actually what I had for breakfast today. I do know what I had. Goosebumps. High on a journey. All right, you guys, listen, I've ranted on for like, I don't know, well over, I don't know how long, but long enough. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for participating. Thank you for betting on yourself one more time. Thank you for being willing to be vulnerable and share and be authentic and risk asking for what you want and making new standards and taking the time and going to those scary places and treating yourself with kindness, grace, care, and compassion on this fucking awakening journey. Holy shit, man. Woo! Woo! I think we're all allowed to swear after 2020. How's that? I mean, I started swearing way before 2020, but I think everyone has a permission to freaking swear as much as they want. I hope you guys bet on yourself. What's up? Ayusa is so cute. My husband got me chickens too. Right on. And I hope you guys just keep showing up as best you can. I hope you guys keep treating yourself. You know, take the freaking top of the pressure cooker off. You know, sometimes the best things you can do for yourself is to have a nap and calm your nervous system and do some yoga, do some stretching, go for a walk. And just get right back down to here and work from that level. You know what happens when you work from this level? You connect. Your mind is not so busy and crazy in the story that you can actually hear, the next piece comes in and you can hear it, you get it, you receive it. It doesn't just bounce off because you're so in a frenzy. Anyways, more on this topic. Marion says, I was listening while driving here. Have a great day. Have a great day, lovers. Thank you again for tuning in. My name is Vanessa Simpkins. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing again. And again, send me a private message if you'd like to know, if you'd like my help, or if you want to ask me any questions about, you know, where you're at with your healing journey. If I can help you, I'm totally down to answer any questions you might have. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Just don't. It's just... Isn't it time we just all, you know, heal and find peace and balance and live in our purpose and do what makes us happy? Question for you guys today. Love you so much. Have an amazing day. Aloha, lovers.